Investigates. A former City of Warner Robins employee says she was sexually harassed and physically assaulted by a coworker, and she says the city and the police did not do enough to stop him.
We pulled city and police records on the case. Milledgeville joins us in studio to explain.
The woman's lawyers filed a federal lawsuit in May. We are not naming her because she's an alleged victim in this case. She worked for the City of Warner Robins in 2020 and 2021, and she says one male coworker harassed her, propositioned her, and then assaulted her. She says city leaders didn't do enough to keep the man out of her office and didn't take her complaint seriously. This is only a tenth of nearly 600 Warner Robins city records on this alleged assault case. An attorney filed the case back in May in federal court. Now we combed through these records, and this is what we know. The woman says her trouble started in the spring of 2020 when the city was on COVID lockdown. She said one man from another department kept coming in to talk without a business reason. Court records say he called her attractive, said he had an open marriage, and offered to fix her lawnmower in exchange for sex. After about 2 months, she claims he assaulted her and, quote, physically grabbed her to drag her into the bathroom to have sex with him. That was in June 2020. The lawsuit says she reported this to her immediate supervisor and a department head. Court documents say the two supervisors reminded the woman she was still in her new hire probationary period and said they wanted to keep things in-house. They said they warned the man to stay away from her, but admitted that wasn't working, according to the lawsuit. One of them allegedly said, "I guess he just doesn't want to follow directions, does he?" and laughed. The lawsuit says she tried to take the matter to the Warner Robins police in 2020. She claims that an officer would not take a police report at the direction of former Mayor Randy Toms. The officer allegedly told her since the city was investigating the matter internally, he was prohibited from making a police report or filing a restraining order. That's according to the lawsuit. 2 months later, former Mayor Toms hired an outside investigator from an Atlanta firm, according to a police report. The investigator, Angela Couch, visited Warner Robins in August of 2020 for interviews. In this report, the investigator wrote that the man immediately became visibly nervous while the woman stayed relaxed and calm. Couch wrote that she found the woman's complaints credible and her story specific and consistent. Couch wrote that the man should be disciplined. Nearly a month later after the report, the city suspended the man for 3 days and required him to complete 8 hours of sexual harassment training, which he completed. But the woman says the case didn't end there. She said the man continued to drop into her workspace uninvited. And last year, she says he removed a physical barrier in her office and came within inches of her body. She said she had a panic attack for fear he was going to attack her again, according to the lawsuit. She says doctors diagnosed her with anxiety, depression, and PTSD and told her not to return to work unless the city could keep the man away from her. She wrote an email to her bosses in April 2021 to say she was taking sick leave and wrote, "I do not understand why you chose to let a sexual predator keep his job and victimize me again. Why was my safety not important that you put me in a hostile work environment?" The city put her on unpaid leave, her lawsuit says effectively discharging her. And later that year, her suit says the man harassed another city worker, cornered her alone in a supply area, and said he wanted to have sex with her. He was allowed to resign, according to the lawsuit. Finally, in May, the city terminated the woman's employment, saying they would not hold her job open any longer. Her lawyers filed the lawsuit 1 week later. The city has not confirmed if the man was allowed to resign or if he was fired. We reached out to former Mayor Randy Toms, the City of Warner Robins legal team, current Mayor LaRonda Patrick, and Warner Robins Police Chief John Wagner. They all declined to comment. Back to you.
The lawsuit demands a trial by jury.
We'll continue to keep you updated on this case on 13WMAZ.com.